Today's killer story is The Hillbilly. Max Thompson Jr. was born to Max Thompson Sr. and Evelyn Thompson, the wealthy and savage owners of Coldwind Farm. But Max wasn't the boy's real name. He named himself that, because to Ma and Pa, he was just boy. He was unnamed and unwanted by the parents who, instead of loving and raising him, decided to shut him away from society, imprisoning him in a small brick room in shame of the monster they had created. Inside this prison was a TV that Bob bought to keep him entertained, after Max had managed to escape. But sometimes the boy got to leave his cell, but not by choice. He'd be pulled out by his father and used as a freak show entertainer for him and his police chief friend. Max would be handed a blunt hammer and forced to chase down and kill the animals that ran free across the farm. Max hated those days. He hated every day of his life, but he hated those most of all. Years later, when the boy was now a man, he would be once more dragged out and ordered to entertain. But he couldn't take the torture anymore. Surrounded by dead animals, his mind buzzed in a high pitch and his vision blurred with blood. And after what felt like brief seconds, the chaos stopped. And all he could hear was the sound of the chief's voice yelling at him for killing his own father. Confused, Max charges into his parents' house, where in an act of grief and despair he kills his own mother by squeezing her to death. And when the bullets start flying into the house, Max flees into the woods. Inside, he would find more policemen, the chief's backup. But they wouldn't help him. Hidden in the darkness of the woods, Max hunts the officers down one by one until only the chief and his dogs remained. But before Max had an opening, one of the dogs reveals his position, and after a quick skirmish, he plunges the chief's knife into his stomach, nearly killing the man. But not before dragging him back home and feeding him to the pigs. After that, the farm was quickly settled and sold off, but no buyer ever dared to come for the farmhouse. Perhaps because of the sounds heard during the night.